Hey guys, we are live out here in downtown Conroe. I've got it right here on my shirt. So the homeowner show, but we're doing a special live edition out here in front of Dragon Ball Z, right across from City Hall. Got my buddy here. You're going to kick things off because you organized this whole thing, get everybody together pretty much. We wanted to go live to let everybody know exactly what's happening because we're a homeowner show, but at the same time, this is stuff that affects our community, affects our neighbors, and this is where we do the show. So why don't you tell everybody why all these people are here, why we're about to cross the street and all that.
Well, I mean, first of all, I think it's important that you're paying attention, especially if you're a homeowner, because the root of all this evil is your property taxes. If you guys are wondering why your property tax bills are so high, a lot of the reason is to service fraudulent debt, like bond debt and things of that nature. And so the reason why we're here today is we're trying to bring back hundreds of vendors, small mom and pop vendors that were essentially forced out of the area due to taxes and fees. They basically raised the fees about 10,000% and ran everyone out. And so we're here, the people are here, united as one. We want to show mom and pop that our voice matters and that when we team up and unify like this, that we can make a change. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to go to City Hall, we're trying to air our grievances with our so-called leaders to make a difference. And our sole goal right now, well, I have two goals. Primary goal is to bring these people back to downtown. It is so important. My secondary goal is for anyone that's watching, understand how important it is to become a citizen journalist, because we created this movement without the help from any mainstream media, without any financing, any leaders, any authorities. Everyone that's here right now is the people. And so I want you guys to know, be a citizen journalist, pick up a camera, tell your story, your voice matters. And everyone that's here right now, man, the fact that our leaders, our future and current leaders are standing with mom and pop today, it's a testament to what just a normal person could do. I'm a normal guy. I'm a cameraman. That's all I am. And I'm not even well spoken. I don't even have a college degree. I can barely speak.
Oh, you're doing great,
I'm 42. I'm overweight. I'm conceited, right? But above all of that, I care about these people, and I care about these people being treated fairly and being treated legally. And when I see money being taken out of someone else's pocket because of corruption, I want to do something about it.
Yeah, and there's several layers to this, because I know this isn't the first time that you guys have tried to air your grievances with some of the decisions that they've made. This has been a series over time that has just sort of culminated in this moment now where we're at. I mean, there's a petition going around to recall the city council. We have a lot of people here who are planning on running for city council to replace some of these people. So, I mean, it's not just this didn't just happen yesterday. This has been long suffering, it seems like.
But no, I mean, so it feels like that because it's been a burden, right? We put our heart and souls to come out here, and it is scary, and I do get nervous. I'm nervous now. I have tunnel vision now. I'm like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. But it took long in that way, but this has only been 2 months.
Right.
This has only been 2 months.
So the big decision was made about the markets.
A little bit before that, but the reason why you see people coming out here is people are starting to understand that, when you do stand together, big things start happening. And so this is our third rally, and each time we've had a rally, it's gone up by 4 times the amount of people.
Right.
And so I just really want to reiterate that it doesn't take long. It takes heart, and it takes a camera, and you got to expose bad things happening to good people.
Right.
And we're not asking anyone to be perfect. I'm the most unperfect person, but what we're asking is stop stealing our money, and stop bankrupting us, and stop forcing us out. At the same time, you're spending $5 million on vacant land. You're kicking all these people out because of finances. You just gave all these people raises. Someone's making $365,000, $330,000, $300,000. The president of the United States of America makes $400,000. These people are out of control. We're here to make sure that they know that we see them being out of control, and hell is coming for them.
Yeah, and I think that's evident with the number of people. I mean, inside, out here that we've been talking to and visiting with. I mean, people are clearly upset, and it'd be a mistake on their part to at least not listen.
Well, I mean,
but it doesn't seem as if they have been up until this point.
Well, and then I started asking questions. Why are these people not listening? Right? We went there. Right. We had cameras. We had petition. We're pleading with them. We're being very humble, non-attacking, none of that stuff, and they keep, treating us like trash. And so I kept asking why and why and why. And then I come to find out that the people that are primarily voting for this are on the board. Okay, so 2 council members are on the board of the Crichton Theater. And the Crichton Theater is getting hundreds of thousands of dollars subsidized to inject in a failing business.
Yeah.
Okay, so When we found that out, then I started digging.
That was
even
the
more.
crazy part for me too. When I heard that is like, because I saw a post from Justin Ulmer earlier this week talking about how they had the last farmers market that they're going to be able to have here anymore, and how that's going to get shut down. That's shutting down a lot of businesses being able to come in here and actually do business with the community. But like, that's actually a profitable, successful business that's paying reasonable fees to come and use the space that the city provides. But like you said, a failing business gets injected with our tax dollars.
That's right.
In order so that they can continue. I mean, it's not to say that what they do isn't valuable.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, I mean, like, I don't think anybody would say that.
But it should be private.
It absolutely should be private, or at least, giving us the option to say, yeah, we want to fund that. But like, it's being decided for us.
Well, it's his pet project. So David Harrell has been working with the Crichton in some capacity since 2015. So he's been at the Crichton complaining against these vendors, I believe, for a decade. So you got a man there that's on the board of the Crichton and the council that's been complaining for a decade to get these guys out of there. Meanwhile, the entire time he's asking for money from the taxpayers to the Crichton. And then I found out he also has a production company called Harrell Enterprises that specializes in audio, lighting, and video. And some couple people came forward and said, yes, during this time, we were Harrell Enterprises employees came forward, old employees, and I still need all the evidence. I'm working with the DA to get them all of this.
Allegedly. How about that?
So we'll say, well, to me, it's just like it's as clear as day.
I know.
Allegedly. But we have multiple people now putting Harrell Enterprises inside the Crichton shortly after that $325,000 in grants was passed. And so my question is how much money has this sitting council member been making off of taxpayers through the back door with his pet project?
Well, with something like that, I mean, shouldn't there be an option for citizens to say, hey, we would like to see the books from the Crichton? Where's the?
I went through 10 years of book, 990s. So nonprofit.
Oh, you already went through it.
I went through 10 years of 990s. I know, and that's how I know David was involved this whole time. David's signing these 990s. The 990s is a tax return for a nonprofit. The problem is it's not breaking down the expenses specifically. So I can't see what money is going to what vendor. For example, Harrell Enterprises.
Should we start going?
Is it 540?
It's 550.
What? Yes.
All right, so we got people are fixing to start going.
It's 580.
Hey, you want to jump on and tell everybody real quick?
Bro, get out. Kick rocks, bro. Kick rocks, bro. Dude, my heart started fluttering. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Where were we?
No, you're good. You're good. No, you went through the 990s.
Yeah. So I went through the 990s, and I saw who was on the board because I wanted to see what David was making, right? And I couldn't find any of that. So the next step is trying to audit an expense register, right? Or a check register, kind of like bank statements, to see how much money did they make. And also what I found out is right before he joined the council in 2021, he sold his company to a place called the Continent. The Continent,
I've no
Continue Intercontinent, or something like that.
Okay.
And they're still working there. So I've heard from various vendors that are still there that they're being forced to use that company. And so that's why I filled out and the council. Yeah. And it seems like he's spending it on himself. Meanwhile, hundreds of small mom and pop vendors that rely on this money to not go bankrupt have just been pushed out.
Yeah, I mean,
and we've aired our grievances, man. It's not like they can be surprised.
For people that didn't follow that, what he's doing, allegedly, is sitting on the city council, voting to spend money to give to an organization that he sits on the president of, that he then provides services for. So he's recycling money that wasn't ever his to give, is essentially what we're getting down to, right? I mean, like, he's stealing money from the city to put in his own pocket.
Now, I view that as embezzlement.
I would think so.
And hopefully the DA will also, because it needs to stop. These people are absolutely out of control, and they've proven that they will not listen to us. They will not listen to us. It's our third time here. We've sent hundreds of emails, the petition.
And no responses.
I've got no response from any council member except for Mr. Wood.
Okay, and what is the response from him?
Mr. Wood's response is, he's been a proponent of small businesses, so he's.
And who is he, by the way, just so people listen?
He's a council member on Conroe Council. He's not running again, so he's going to leave, but he's been really the only one that has been trying. The problem is it takes three people, right? Not just one person, and so he's kind of like the odd man out, unfortunately, because they've successfully taken control of the city. A handful of people that I believe are cultivated from the current administration. So they go on the CIDC board, they're cultivated, and then they go on the council. That's the current administration. The current administration is creating puppets that are sitting on that council that are not serving the people. They're serving the special interest of a handful of people.
Yeah, and I've watched a bunch of clips from different city council meetings, and it seems as if the mayor's kind of pushing back on the guy that's trying to prop up the Crichton, and he's not doing like mean or like out overtly or anything, but like, he's pushing back, like saying like, look, parking's not that bad.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. It's like he's like, look, you
good.
walk 2 blocks. It's not that big of a deal. But that seems to be the other guy's main contention about parking for. And he's just trying to do it for the theater, and it's like, dude, like that's
like
not the only business here.
And there's like 4 parking spots.
Right.
So you ruined 300 to 400 people's livelihoods because of 3 to 4 parking spots.
Right.
You heard him on that meeting. His bias was clear. He confused himself with the Crichton multiple times. He's like, oh, the Crichton. I mean, me. You know what I mean? The guy is so out of control because there's no one holding him accountable yet.
Right.
It's time to stop that. He's got to be accountable to his citizens.
Yeah, man.
He has to.
So I appreciate you putting this together with a bunch of other people. I mean, like, it's exciting to see citizens come out and you know, be united about something, and unfortunately it's something that they're upset about. But at the same time, I mean, like this is their opportunity to actually make their voices heard. And so like if you're actually watching this live and you live in Conroe, you still have the opportunity to come down here and hang out with these folks, support local business in downtown Conroe, because they matter. Like we have a beautiful downtown area. It's a very cool, unique area that we don't want to see, you know, become dilapidated and unused.
It just did.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. That's why you see so many people here now, is because they did just do that. They passed the ordinance over. In the ordinance, it's not even, there's no tiers. They basically lumped everyone together to say it's a massive event and that's what you have to pay for. And it is absolutely despicable and disgusting what they've done.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting.
And when I've been talking to people about it, it seems as if their motive is to raise the fees in downtown in order to recapture money from bad decisions. Right? I mean, but like it doesn't even.
That doesn't work. It doesn't work. That mathematically doesn't work. First of all, they're killing revenue. But even say the expense was $50,000 a month to host this.
Right.
They just purchased $5.5 million of vacant land that's doing nothing except sitting there, and they just knocked out that property tax income. So it doesn't matter what they say,
right? Because
their actions and the amount of money that they're spending say something completely different.
Yeah.
They are funding their pet projects at the expense of us all.
And so, like, from your perspective, what are those pet projects? Like the land that you just purchased, the Hyatt project. I mean, there's just salaries.
I've had people reach out. There's the Flag Park. There's this park, the Water District. The Hyatt is a huge one. I've went into the Hyatt and I've went into the Crichton. Just the Hyatt and the Crichton alone. Just those two things alone, that's grounds, in my opinion, for the SEC and the FBI to come in to help take care of this massive problem.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I'm not a lawyer. I mean, what could they do?
Well, bond fraud. Okay. If they're passing money
I've
service
never
bonds.
Looked, is that like a case that you've seen before where like they've come into a city and shut stuff down? I have no idea.
So if you look, one of the most recent situations that happened in Texas was Clyde ISD.
Okay.
So they went into Clyde ISD, fined, I think, the CFO. But the thing is not a lot of people understand the federal laws that are attached to bonds. And so we're trying to paint that picture. I have been for the last year and a half. You go to my website, you can find all of this stuff out. But what's happening is they know those income-producing bonds will never work. They know that because Garfield Public Private told them it will never work. So the fact that they continue to take money from taxpayers to drop into those bonds, to service them, and to keep the Hyatt going, that's bond fraud. They know they're not going to work. They know they've failed. They've had multiple credit degrades. So I think they're like triple C right now. They got to stop. What they should be doing is going into bankruptcy, in my opinion, and suing both Hyatt and Garfield Public Private, because there's no way around it. They're going to have a lawsuit, and they're about to go bankrupt because they don't have $200 million to pay for the Hyatt.
Absolutely. That's crazy. Well, I mean, I know you guys are about to take off soon. Are there any other like business owners or people that you want me to talk to?
Yeah, talk to Son.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I appreciate you. I mean, you explained it great. I feel educated on the situation now.
Here, take this one.
What? Okay.
You're live.
I'm live right now?
You're live right now. With me. So you're safe.
Okay.
So we just got done talking. He explained the whole situation, but I know that, you as the owner of two of my favorite establishments here in downtown Conroe, and you actually do a lot of street festivals and things like that.
Yes.
I wanted you to be able to explain to people, like, why is this so important to you? Because I know it affects your business directly.
Okay, why it's important to me? Because every time when I first started business, it was never about me. I did the business because of my daughter from the food truck. I wanted to have her, I guess, get her up and running and build some type of foundation there. Her experience, because in the beginning, I know you probably remember, but remember how the city ordinance we had to go up and fight and change it.
Right.
And that's exactly what did she went up there to city council. A 16-year-old girl stood in front of there, not intimidated, and we were able to change the city ordinance.
You're talking about the ordinance on food trucks?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So now the fight is the exact same. We realize that, hey, we can't be in business for ourselves, you know what I mean? Because we have neighbors here that, as things are happening right now, it's hard to get by. You know what I mean? If we see business shutting down, we got to do what we got to do to stick together with one another and help each other out.
Yeah, I mean, I know that you've been, because you've been talking to me about this for a long time, even before some of this was even starting, that you began to notice businesses around here just going under. And a lot of it had to do with the way that the city was being managed. And
I
mean,
I've been here. I've seen business come and go. Business that lasts a year, lasts less than a year. It's just sad, you know what I mean? There's no help. I don't think government should be in business to tell business how to do business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They shouldn't be doing that, you know what I mean? Especially the street closure. The man that put it together, he said he did study. Me personally, my personal opinion, I don't think he did any study. I think he just went on Google and did a little research and said, I think this is a fair amount of money to charge the community. That's what I think he did.
So
but
just Googled, wasn't even ambitious enough to use AI.
I think they're all puppets. They're all puppets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you also do a street closure.
We do four.
You did.
Yeah, we do 4 or 5 events a year. We did.
Right.
The Lunar New Year that
Is that the dragon?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
They rejected our application there.
Oh.
For some stupid reason, clerical date. So we put on the front page, the date was the 7th. On the signature date where I actually had to go collect signature was the correct date, it was the 21st. They said, yeah, that was an error right there. You have to resubmit a new application. Before, they would just let us fill out the front page. That's it.
Right.
I got everybody's signature around town. Now, when I did that, they moved the goalpost and say, oh, we need the courthouse signature. Dude, they're not even open. We are not even bothering them.
Yeah.
So they keep on moving the goalposts. No matter how great your application looks, they will continue to move the goalposts. I really think it's just who they choose winner and loser. That's what it is.
And so we just talked about it a little bit with our last guest, but from your perspective, why do you think they're trying to do this? What is the motivation? Or can you even see one?
I can just say what everybody else is saying, and I don't know how true it is because I'm not born and raised here. Been here since 2011. They say it's the good old boys club. You know what I mean? You got the good old boy club here, and you got a good old boy clubs here, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they eat at the same table or not. You know what I mean? And they're all playing us.
Right.
I don't know. But at the same time, too, I think the community is fed up. You can see by the people that showed up today, we're fed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we're sick and tired of seeing small business especially, close down. These the market that just had our last market last week, all those vendors there, they're small business.
Right.
They pay sales tax. Like you use Square, right? Or whatever POS transaction you use, there's a sales tax you apply on there. So they're all small businesses, and now they're all gone. They're gone somewhere else where opportunity accepts them, like where there's opportunity. So they're not here.
I think one of the other things that a lot of people, it'd be helpful for them to understand, and I think you can sort of confirm this, there's not a lot of like massive business in downtown, meaning like you're not a franchise, you're not part like of a big conglomerate. I mean, like you own this restaurant, you operate this restaurant, and there's not like a lot of big money behind you. And so like as they take you out at the legs, it becomes harder and harder to do business, right?
Yeah, yes, yep. You know, they make it to where it is harder for us to do business. I mean, oh, you can't do this. Oh, now we're gonna slap permits on this. Now you're gonna have to ask this permission. You know what I mean? So just so much stuff going on.
Gotcha.
They make it harder for small business.
So, well, I think we're about to get addressed here.
I think we're about to head out and rally.
So
thank you.
Oh, dude, anytime. Thank you. Yeah.
You got this one. You ready? I'm good on you, good.
Hi, I'm Mark Keogh, and I'm your Montgomery County Judge. You know, I'm here with all of these business owners tonight who are fixing to go over to the council meeting here in Conroe. And the reason that they're going is because they have raised the tax structure, or at least the fee structure, that essentially is putting all these people out of business. They're not doing anything illegal, and at the end of the day, probably not wrong, but the other side of that is they raised it up too high to begin with. Then they dropped it down some to capitulate it with them. But they're so far away from where it originally was that this is actually killing businesses. I don't know about y'all, but during COVID, I fought very hard to keep businesses open. I took on the state of Texas. I took on the city of Houston. I took on so many people to keep businesses open and convince them that these are all essential businesses. There's not some that are non-essential and some essential. All of your businesses are essential. But by you guys not being here, I'm not sure if they're even paying attention to this, but it's shutting them down in terms of the revenue that they gain with we all being here. Not to mention the amount of people that are going to go out of work because of this. Now, we've done everything we can to keep businesses open. I'm of the opinion, I learned this during COVID, you cannot have a healthy community without a healthy economy. You can't have a healthy economy unless you have a healthy business environment. And you guys have made this work for years and years and years. And now they turn around and do this to you. As far as I'm concerned, it's unconscionable. It's unconscionable, it is. So I want you to know that me, my office, we support what you're doing. And we support small business because this is the heartbeat of who we are as Americans in this constitutional republic. This is who we are, and I just want you to know I stand with you. And God bless you all. God bless Montgomery County. And God bless the small businesses of this
Yes.
We're gonna walk.
All right, guys, so you just got to hear from Judge Keogh. Everybody's about to get ready to walk across the street to go visit with the city council. We're going to hang out here and see what else is happening, but we'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back with my buddy Christian Wally. It's been a long time since we
Yes,
had a
sir.
chat, man. You doing okay?
I'm doing great, man.
So,
Doing great. Here for a good cause.
Yeah, I mean, real quick, before we get into all that, been praying for your daughter.
Appreciate you.
How's she doing?
Doing great.
Yeah.
Doing really great, man. She's home. We brought her home, and
Okay.
yeah,
That's fantastic. Dude.
Yeah.
I know that's scary.
It was.
So we're just lifting you guys up.
I appreciate that, man.
So-
Thank you.
Yeah, glad she's good, doing good.
Doing great, man. Everything went perfect.
Awesome.
So
So, well, I mean, in the past we've talked about other stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean, this directly affects you big time. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
so tell everybody a little bit about what you do on the events side.
yeah, absolutely. So we host crawfish events all over the country. Primarily in the South, obviously. We've been doing it here in Conroe this will be our 7th year for the Crawfish Critic Cook-Off. We were approached by all the business owners that are part of the CVAA organization, which is the Downtown Conroe Business Owners. They approached us because the Catfish Festival used to be here and it did a lot of good for the businesses, and it's not here anymore. And so they wanted to bring big events back to the city. And so Son, a good friend of mine, reached out to me and said, "Hey, man, we want to do that. Would you be interested?" And I actually was already kind of planning on trying to throw Conroe's Crawfish Festival.
Yeah.
I want it to be a revival of what the Old Town Spring Crawfish Festival used to be. I want to have a giant Mardi Gras parade that kicks off for free for everybody, just like the Christmas the Christmas parade that they have in downtown Conroe. And that was our goal. And so we worked. All the business owners all came together. We got all the required signatures to make that event happen March 7th, and then all this mess, I will say, happened. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to back down. How you doing? Christian Waldo, good to meet you. Okay, very good. I'm going to finish this real quick. We're on a live, and then I'll get with you.
You're good.
So basically, we wanted to host that. We wanted to do the Mardi Gras parade. This mess kind of derailed that. I said, you know what, let's see what they do. But while I'm here today, I don't necessarily believe that all the things that we're far off from being where it should be for big events like mine.
Okay.
Right? I can afford the $500. I can afford to risk the $500 on the permit fees, right?
Right.
The parts, for me, there's a few other things that I have a concern with. Why I'm here today, though, and why we're here today, is to support all the small businesses that are down here that supported me, that wanted us to come out and throw this event. They gave me all their signatures, and they're all the ones that are affected the most. That Saturday market, it's a shame that that's gone. That was a great market.
Right.
Son does a lot of great events that are free for the community to come out. Obviously, that helps promote his business, his neighbors' businesses. He brings people out, and there's a lot of other instances that are no longer possible to do that anymore.
Right.
And the future of it is gone, right?
Well, I mean, like when just as a for instance, I mean, downstream from this, I mean, like bigger businesses, you could afford a $500 fee. Small businesses, maybe, but like that's still quite a bit of money for
not big business, big events.
Yeah, but like downstream from that, you start looking at, like, I know of a guy that tries to do church in the park. Mm-hmm. Well, now you got to pay a $500 every time you want to have church in the park.
Right.
And like this is like
you got to give them 6 months in advance. You got to put the $500 deposit, and then if they don't want it, then you're out the $500.
Yeah.
And who wants to come and jump through all these hoops? And then the police officers are very expensive. Totally understand. We got to have good security and all that, but there's got to be concessions, in my opinion, made, especially for the business owners who are downtown Conroe business owners. Now, and I will say this: I've heard arguments about, like, hey, maybe this business owner wants to do something that this business owner is like, hey, I get no benefit out of this. You shut my streets down, it hurts me, and you bring 20 people out. Totally understand that, right? Yeah. There's got to be more discussion about this. I feel like they rushed that. I feel like they didn't put extreme thought and detail into how it's going to work for all different levels of events and business owners.
You can't make it to where only the top of the food chain can play.
That's it, man. Yeah. And even then, I don't even think I would want to come play down here. You know, I'm not saying I'm at the very top, but I'm saying my event would have been massive, right? So I don't even know if I would want to come do that because of all this, right? And so I think it's just a big deterrent, and I think that the city council needs to understand that having events down here is what we need. Yeah. You know what I mean? 100%. I mean, that market's gone. That market's going to Huntsville now. You know, that Saturday market. That was a cool thing for not only the person who ran it as a business, but all the businesses that came out every Saturday. Where are they going to go on their Saturdays now?
When it's all the other ones too. I mean, like, it's not. I mean, like that one. We're sad
about
that one.
That's just an example.
Yeah. I mean, it's just downstream. It's going to be less opportunistic for more businesses to come into the area and actually participate in the commerce economy. Right. And like nobody wants that. I mean, but it seems like that's what they want.
Exactly. We need them to be more willing and open to work concessions out for the small ones, for the businesses that are down here that are the heartbeat of this community in downtown Conroe. This is so much potential here. I love it. I grew up going to the Catfish Festival every year, and I want to see events thrive and flourish down here. On top of that, I want to throw my own, you know what I mean? But aside from that, you know, so that's why we're here
a little bit
today.
of greed never hurt anybody.
Right. Yeah.
That's how entrepreneurs operate. I mean, like you have an idea, you want a little bit of money. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, it's also like be part of the community, support each other.
Exactly.
That's all part of the system that makes this place great. So, all right. So, I appreciate it. It's good to see you.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, buddy.
We only have 20 minutes to sign in. If you want to talk, please be the first person. If you're not talking, let everyone go ahead of you. We're about to go right now. Right there.
All right, guys, they're fixing to head across the street. Appreciate you guys jumping in. We'll give you updates as to how things go, but appreciate you guys tuning in.
Anyone have any questions?